Alright, so let's see. They're basically the same people, so let's see how long they play the same game. So far, a couple pieces in, and they've already... Ooh, a bit of a deviance here between the two players. What is going on here? And what is Samuel doing? Oh no. What is this? Needs a long bar, probably. Or is he gonna set up? Of course he is. And, he didn't got a bar, but, had it covered up. Oh dear. Oh dear god. Okay. Sam? Okay, should be okay. But, is allowing Dan to take an early advantage here in the first game. Okay, long bar there. Tetris for Sam is first of the game, but, we'll still need to do teeny tiny bit of burning. Okay, there's a long bar. And Sam is trying to excavate and unlock the hole on his board. If you'd like to see how we got here, yeah, by the way, you can check out the bracket. It's updated in real time. Unfortunately, some of the matches had to be streamed offline because of technical issues. So if you're wondering how some of the matchups came to be, the bracket sheet is your friend. Alright, so far Dan with the early advantage, 171 for Dan, 91,000 for Samuel, but gets a nice Z spin. Obviously going to be saying Z in this matchup, out of respect for the two players.
Did you not see what I sent you? No. I asked you guys, what are you up to now? The SV price. I mean, you went there.
Oh, nice play there by Sam. It's nothing too fancy, but shows that he's actually thinking about his pieces. He's not just playing. Okay, Sam, my god. Daniel had to do a bit of burning, but is, got his, well reopened, needs a J piece to get Tetris ready, and does exactly that, gets a Tetris right there, so it's about the same line count. It's a 2 Tetris advantage here for, Dan, although Sam, my god. Daniel had to do a misdrop there of the J piece, but is gonna be fine. Sam is getting S's and Z's when he really doesn't want them. Daniel and Samuel. That's good. Alright. Sam is set up for a Tetris. Gets a triple first, and into the Tetris. And we have one single SV supporter here. Alright, SV is going to set up for another somewhat dirty Tetris. He's going to get it, will take the double with the square, and is back on the right side. Well, I meant in the crowd, obviously. Okay. So, currently, Daniel with a lead of 80,000 points, something like that. And we are fast approaching the level 19 transition, which is when the pieces get faster. Can you believe it? I can't. So while we're here, I'd like to say that Jude Bellingham is really overrated. Like, he's not. I genuinely haven't seen him play a good game of football for like 90 minutes. It's just like random goals at the end of games and getting like PR machine because of it. Like, he's good on reels, but he's not actually good when you're watching a full game of football. Anyways, 501 here for Sam, and 538 here for Dan. So, one Tetris away from level 19 for both players, and they're both going to get it. So, 525 here for Sam, and 588 here for Dan. Okay, so very neck-and-neck game here. Now on level 20, Samuel getting the Vits. And covers up as well just as the bar arrives, but gets it over to the left side instead. And a Tetris here for Sam. Who the hell are you? Whoa! Okay, let's go! Sam at 662. Oh my god, what a number. That's my favorite number. And Dan here at 682. I really don't like that number. He needs to do better. And Sam's left side needs some help. Hey now! What a meme! Alright, so Sam doing a bit of burning here. Has a Lombard dependency that he's going to need to fill in eventually. Doesn't want to use the S piece since it would make it more annoying. And there you go. Sam has his well reopened. It's still doing a bit of burning. It's just some annoying burns here for Sam that he's going to have to take. And has allowed Dan to take a lead, although Dan getting lots of S's and Z's, and this board now looking a lot more complicated. Thankfully gets a bar to alleviate a lot of the pressure. So this is an opportunity here for Sam, who's 100,000 points behind. Try and catch up a little bit before we enter level 20, what is it, 29. That's when we transition. Alright, so Sam's board looking good, although misses the L spin. So now has a Lombard dependency. Covers it up just as the bar arrives. Okay, there you go. Uses the next one and gets a Tetris. But still the 70,000 point lead here for Dan. Both players are clean and looking to Tetris out as we are fast approaching level 29. Oh, Sam with some problems here on his board. Still has a couple of lines to work with, and actually, we'll be fine in terms of transitioning with no huge mess. But we'll have to do at least a bit of work here on 29 to try and win this game. So Sam transitions at 900,000. Takes a triple. Daniel, meanwhile, transitions with 1,000,000 points, so 100k lead here into 29 for the player on the right side. Although Sam does get a Tetris. First one in Tetris here, post 29. Oh, Dan there with some misdrops, and this could be very, very problematic here. And it's going to do it for Dan. So Sam needs to get to A27. So just a couple of lines should do the trick. Oh, okay, setting up for a Tetris. And now actually had to bail out of that setup, but okay, everything is fine. But we'll try and do this with a Tetris, waiting for the bar. Never mind. Okay, just burns it down. And gets game number 1. And here we go. And Dan has started on level 8. Congratulations. Oh. Alright, they're just gonna have a new seed and start again. Hopefully on the right level this time. Okay, there you go. And they immediately do different things. How interesting. Why is this there? Go away. Okay, there you go. So, Daniel, oh no. What is this? This is not good. Dan has a series of 3. It's actually very symmetric. It actually looks very nice, but it's not good for his board. So he's going to have to deal with that. And, oh, no. Oh, okay. I mean, that works out, kind of. Was set up for a Z spin tuck, but, yeah, didn't work out that way. But everything is fine. Dan, meanwhile, has cleaned everything up on his board. Sam has a Lombard dependency, and he's going to fill it in.
Let's go, SV.
Woo!
People do not love SV.
Alright, so far Dan with a 1 Tetris advantage. Okay, so oh no. Sam is needs a J. And is gonna get the J. Behind by some points. Currently about 30,000 points. Behind. It's a very odd way to structure that sentence, but you know what? Okay, Samuel getting a S-spin. And still the what a Tetris advantage here for Dan. Oh no, Dan failed to rotate that piece, so it's just a roof burn. It's going to be okay, but just a couple of extra lines to burn, which is very much going to allow Sam to take the lead if he's able to Tetris out. Dan, meanwhile, is going to be clean. There you go. So now, as a result, Sam with a 1 Tetris advantage. But as we saw in the last game, these two players are good enough where it's probably going to come down to level 29 play. And just like last year, in fact, yeah, exactly like last year, is that winner of this will be facing Sidnev in the finals. Alright, so Dan finally getting the L piece for the L tuck. Samuel with a couple of mishappenings on his board. But may set up for a Tetris on top of it. No, just going to take the triple. Sets up a T spin. And hits the spin. Nicely done. So right now the two players basically neck-neck. Samuel needing an L piece. Gets the L. So just some lines away now from the level 19 transition. And so both players doing a bit of burning here as we transition to level 19 here for Dan at 523. Sam looking for the final Tetris of level 18, and we'll transition to 19 at 530. So not much to separate the two in terms of transition scores. Daniel, though, had a Lombard dependency, now has another one, but able to fill in both just fine. So right now 580 here for both players as they are just entering level 20. Sam has a Vit set up. Oh, alright, something bad happened. I don't know what happened. But, oh no, even worse here for Sam. Misses a L spin, but it's gonna be fine. Just costs him a couple of extra burns. It's about a 13,000 point lead here for Dan. Oh, looks like a chair broke. That's not good. Oh, both players not in the best of situations. Dan was up high, and Sam had a couple of burns to holes to burn through. But it looks like both players able to survive with grace. Although has allowed Sam. Never mind. Actually, it's neck and neck. 740 here, entering level 24 here for both players. And a Tetris there for Daniel. And it's basically, it's 1,000 points separating the two players, although that sequence right there affecting Sam more negatively, although actually Dan also getting up high. So Dan up high and Sam with some holes on his board. Dan, though, able to burn through and has his Tetris walls set up. So gets the Tetris. So these couple of extra burns could be the difference here in terms of 29 transition scores. So right now 862 here for Dan, 830 here for Sam. And Samuel still needs to do a teeny tiny bit of burning, but should be able to do that with that double. And now just needs to burn through 2 more lines. J-piece will be perfect. Okay. Solves it with a Lombard instead. So it's a 80,000 point lead here for Dan. As we're almost at the 19 transition. 29 transition rather. Sam's left side not looking too great. We'll just elect to have a hole and build on top of it. So enters level 29 at 898. Dan once again entering with a lead into 29 at 988. Both players trying to get the Tetris. There you go, Tetris there for Dan. Goes up to A32. Sam, meanwhile, looking to reopen this Adam well. Okay. Oh, misdrop there of the T-piece. Could be problematic here for Sam. And Sam's board is climbing up. Need something for the right side. Oh, that's the wrong. Just got that S piece, 1 piece earlier, and that's gonna do it for Sam. Gonna top out at 939, and Dan already good. We'll take game number 2. Levels up the set.
Tetris. Let's go, SV.
It's absolute wild scenes here. Dan has won the game. Ha! That's great. You should start a comedy club.
here? Yeah. It's your first one? Your... I remember. Harry. No, Harry. What's your name? Lily. People always do that. What's your nick? Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. If I see the avatar, if I see the, I will remember. You playing Wars? Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
All right, so far it's a slight lead here for Samuel rather. Both players are up high. Seeming to deal with it just fine. Oh no! Oh no! Oh dearie me! Dan is topped out at 104,000. Didn't get the bar over, and it's a shocking Game 3 victory for Sam. Okay, so off underway here in game number 4, a not so hot tap out for Daniel in game number 3. So now Sam one game away from coming back to the finals, having another shot at trying to topple Sidnev's throne of our CTWC Austria tournament.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Alright, so far, not much to separate the two players. Alright, so 184 for Sam, 143 for Dan. Oh no. Oh dear. Oh no. Sam's gonna have to wear a silly hat for trying to do that and missing it. That's not good. Yeah, you tried to do a fancy spin and it did not work. How unfortunate. Or left side JD spin, he says. But is actually in the lead because Dan here, having a couple of issues, should be able to burn through this with a couple of singular burns and that. But yeah, this is allowing Sam to build up a lead here in the early parts of level 18. Oh no, these S pieces really coming at a terrible time there for Dan. This is now getting more problematic. Should be okay, but is still very much vulnerable at this height to a bad sequence. So far managing to burn it down. Good square there. It looks like Dan is probably, hopefully, going to be okay. There you go. Daniel, my god. Reopens the well, gets a Tetris, but this has allowed Sam to build up quite a lead. Currently at 372, and Dan at 261. Ay. That's Dan getting the worst possible piece for his board. So it's going to be even more burning here for him. But as we saw, especially in the first two games, both players more than capable of scoring past the 29 transition. So, while a deficit here is not great, it's not the end of the world as well. Heps just sneezed, so if everybody would say, bless you, Heps. Alright, 340 here for Dan, 471 for Sam. Thank you, Jasmine and VR Banana. Oh, actually now Sam, his turn to get into a bit of a mess. So, it's probably not enough for Dan to take the lead already, but it's gonna definitely aid in chipping away at it. Sam should be okay. Probably won't be in any danger of topping out, but depending on how these next couple of pieces fall, we'll see just how long he'll be occupied with bringing this down. We aren't too far away from the level 19 transition. Not at a height where that would necessarily be a problem, but just something to keep in mind for the players. So Dan at 441 with a perfectly clean board. Sam at 522, still with a bit of a mess. Meanwhile, Dan transitions at 465. And Sam doing his last bit of burning here to the bottom at 528. So, yeah, Dan able to chip away at the lead pretty significantly. So, still a couple of Tetrises ahead is Sam. Alright, so here we go. 572 here for Dan, who does not rotate the L piece. It's not too big of a problem, but once again, will be a couple of extra lines depending on how the pieces fall. Not quite super favorably, so a little bit of a halt there. And Dan's tirade of Tetrising here had another misdrop there, so it's going to be more and more burning. So once again, the opportunity here for Sam to re-establish a strong lead. Oh no, it's Dan, okay, nicely done. Thinking on his feet. And currently at 623, still with a bit of a mess, but Sam with a clean board at 706. Both players on level 23. Sam having to do a bit of burning, decides to, okay. Oh, nicely done. But not so great misdrop there for Sam. Looks like both players will be fine, but Dan here currently building on row 2. Won't get a Tetris. So right now it's about 100,000 point lead here for Sam. Currently both players in positions to score some Tetrises. Let's see if Dan decides to take this opportunity to burn down. Now he's gonna try and Tetris his way out of this. Sam with some mishappenings on his board. Dan once again set up for a unconventional Tetris, but gets it. Nice burn there for Dan. And as we are fast approaching level 29 transition, it's still the 100,000 point lead here for Sam. Needs this game, or the next one, but preferably this one, to book a spot into the finals. So Sam here, Dan here, one more Tetris available before 29, so enters 29 with a Tetris at 862, gets another one on 29, 899. Sam also gets a Tetris into 29. So Dan trying to chip away at this lead, but doesn't get the bar over, and that's going to do it. Sam at 990 will take game number 4, and it is back into the finals. Pretty sure that was the scoreline last year as well, so I may as well. Yes, the first seed upset of the tournament. And we'll see how Sam plays this out. Going to transition to 29 with a bit of a mess, but it has burned it down very effectively, and it should just be a pretty easy dig now for Sidnev. Duzy, meanwhile, has taken the lead. B51 here for Duzy, B17 for Sidnev, but Sidnev is completely fine. Gets a Tetris, and it's basically neck and neck.